it's just a numbers game, Benji. This is also this like really, really groundbreaking stuff. When you sprint and it's just you and one other rider, inherently it's easier to win the sprint than against 100 people.
I'm gonna heed the wise words of Patrick Bro. If I want any chance of winning a bike race, it's probably gonna have to come from a reduced group. So here we are in Central Park. My goal is to try to get him to move up the road. So I'm gonna have to follow the right moves. Small group, I believe, with Big Hit and Veselka goes up the road. You can see him there. They're not caught until a few minutes later, but I'm hanging out here towards the front of the race. And we have 126 there. Ben, he jumps, he's fast. That's a big team. I'm gonna try to stay towards the front of the race here. He's continuing to surge there. I'm not following that. The rest of the teams aren't there, but I'm towards the front of the race. So now you have 2 Big Hit, 1 Good Guys, 1 Rockstar up the road. Quick on teams. I think Big Hit had 6 or 7 guys. Good Guys had 3. But here comes NYCC, and I'm able to maintain some sort of momentum. Good Guys goes again. They're in the black. NYCC in the blue follows. I choose not to follow this one because the other teams aren't represented. But one of the things is, like, I had the speed. The whole field's coming in, and I'm kind of boxed in a position where I can't really maneuver. I lost position, and especially coming into this downhill, it's about a 25-second little descent, and it's a hairpin, which you could do braking without trouble if it's smooth, but it's simply not smooth. And when you're here, like 25th position, look at the power. Guys are drilling it up the road. We're going really fast. It's like a 10-second micro surge there of 500, 600 watts. And the race was on at this point. Still like 20th wheel, 25th wheel. It's like we have all this momentum. Someone's going to drill it up the hill. Now I have to brake here. So I lost bunch of speed, and I'm gonna have to surge, and then this is where that poor positioning then kind of tends to compound. You got 15 guys ahead of me. We're doing big watts here. I'm still not on a wheel, so surging again. 650. That wasn't enough to stay with that surge, so I'm not able to get on Stalin's wheel there in the blue. My heart rate, the data didn't show for this race, which is a bummer. Some guys are kind of jumping across. I'm gonna stay on the power as much as I can, but not accelerate again. I'm gonna have to gamble that losing positions is gonna be fine here. But once again, like, race has been on, and I've sort of been in 20th wheel, 25th wheel. After that hill, I wanted to conserve, and I'm kind of on the back foot. I don't think NYCC was in that move. I'm on his wheel, not privy to it. Would have been a great one to follow if I had the gas, didn't. Fortunately, not all of the teams were represented, so you have a number of guys who have incentive to chase. Yop goes again. They only had 2 guys, but he did a good job of stitching this one back together. And if you look up the road, 6-second gap, 7-second gap. And it's a big group, and it's kind of hard for like a big group to work cohesively when the gap's this small. And I've had enough recovery at this point, and also know it's strung out, where it's like, all right, it kind of doesn't matter how tired you're feeling. It is clear that people at the front are trying to force a break. And this hill's a great opportunity to do so. 30 seconds, 35 seconds, 4 or 5%. People at the front already getting ahead. And main thing that I'm thinking here, it's like, I'm not gonna be able to make up position when we're going this fast up the hill, but like maintain position and put yourself in a good position to be able to jump. You just kind of feel when the race is getting decided a bit. And still, like, there isn't really a gap yet, but there are guys that are 3 or 4 seconds up the road. I'm able to maintain speed, and then maybe more importantly, like, room to maneuver. We got Chris here from Big Hit, who's gonna be the second Big Hit rider to jump into this move. And one, it was kind of easy to jump there, but it was also clear, like, now or never. I had momentum. It's been full gas for a lap. And we have 6 or 7 guys going up the road. Because of good positioning there and being aware, it relatively wasn't the hardest effort to get across to the break. And so what's composition here? You have 1 Good Guys rider there, Anton. We have 2 Big Hit riders, Chris and Ben. We have Rockstar Bobby, Alex from NYCC, and then not shown right now, we have Matthew from Veselka, and then 2 solo riders, Chris and Sam. So there was this one moment here where everyone kind of eased off, and I'm like, this thing's sticking if it goes. Now Sam, one of the solo riders, actually pulls through here, brings a bit of speed back into it. Chris pulls a little bit, and main thing I'm thinking, like, I know that, back to the words of Patrick Bro, my only chance to win this race is from a reduced group, or even to do well. And this is supposed to hurt. So my thought is there's like a minute until the downhill, then before Harlem Hill, and I'm willing to pull this all the way into the downhill. 1, to hopefully increase the gap a little bit, and then 2, kind of like set the tone for the group to start working together. Good guys pulls through there. Ben was not satisfied. Ben likes to tell me to try harder when I'm already trying my hardest.
Chase through for the main race, pull through.
But now we're rolling. And a minute and a half ago, it seemed like this was going to be the group. And now with people starting to rotate, it seems pretty clear that this is going to be the move. Here's the downhill. You'll just see here that little things start to add up. It's just one surge there, 500 watts. Going fast. There's another surge here, above 600 watts. Another one. Now we have the hill. And that was just 3 little micro surges, above 500, above 600. And this thing is gonna hurt. Chirp, Ben.
Is that right? You chirping, buddy?
Maybe that wasn't the best idea, given my face looked like this right now. But all things considered, I felt comfortable enough to hold the wheel up the hill. Strong pull here from Alex in the final 20 seconds or so. And this is where those little micro accelerations kind of added up. I know I have the ability to hold this, but I don't have the ability to really snap. We crest the hill here. I'm gonna pull through, mainly as kind of a poker face move. So I'm hurting at this point. I don't think I even hit 300 watts at this pull. Don't want to make it evident that you're hurting. Just kind of able to fake a turn there. I'm slotting back on with Alex here. We had 2 guys that were hanging off the back. And I remember, like, at this point, I'm able to do threshold and kind of hold hard power, but I really lost my ability to accelerate at this point. And you can see here, like, I'm kind of drifting off the wheel. But I'm thinking, like, if things stay smooth, I'm going to recover. I do not want to take a turn, though. I do not want to sit on the front once again. So as Bobby's coming back here, I am hoping that he's feeling great.
Take it. I got it, bro.
I'm gonna barely close this thing, and now we got Ben looking back, and I'm gonna see Ben Brown looking back in my nightmares, as that can only mean one thing. He's gonna send it. I don't have any acceleration left. This is kind of the max that I can do. Good guys in NYCC, they're on it. Everyone else who's behind me, they're gonna surge past. Once again, step on it, 500 watts, all I have. Now this is like a 3 or a 4 second gap. And with any oxygen that I had left in my brain at this point, the only chance of me getting some sort of result is if I hang with this group. Wish I could have seen my face at this moment. Any way I can get back on. It is not long before things aren't smooth again. Ben goes. I just sit on that one. I do not even try to accelerate.
Fuck.
So I was disappointed, but you know who doesn't care? That's my parents. They were visiting, they were in town for the weekend. They got up at 6:30 in the morning to come watch me race my bike. Next lap, a little bit less spirited. A subsequent lap, we got my dad there. He's maybe a little over it. Where's mom? There she is. Final lap here, roll across the line. My dad looks cold and mom is getting a video for grandma, and that's the race. Here's the podium, Anton on top, Ben in second, Chris in third. Thanks to my parents for coming to see me race.
Max, that's not fast enough.
I hate you.
It's true though.